Friends, you may have seen our first drive review and tech review of the Polestar, but here's the man behind the car, really the guy who taught me how to drive on this track in this car, Richard Görensson. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Yeah, it's good. Sounds good, yeah.
Okay, good. So I had to bring Richard on because we had a mishap at dinner last night. How old did you tell me you were last night at dinner?
I told you I was 38, but I think...
It came out different.
Yeah. So you thought the whole dinner I was 48.
48!
And looked really young.
It's like, I need to start drinking what this guy's drinking. Then you begin to tell me your history of racing. So while you're telling us your history of racing, schnell fahren.
For me, it started off with Go Karts when I was 10 years old.
See, I already don't like you. You got to race Go Karts at 10 years old.
Yeah. So, and then I continued with single-seaters, touring cars.
When did you move to the single-seaters? How old?
15.
15?
Yeah, so I was one of the youngest in Sweden at that time to race a single-seater. Now, maybe, Verstappen started it.
Was it like a Formula Ford kind of thing?
Yeah, Formula Ford. So I raced back home in Sweden and won the whole thing. So
At 15?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Okay, go on.
So and then I moved on to raced in Germany.
Yeah.
And after that to the racing Mecca land. For me as a European, it's the UK.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah. So I raced single seaters over there.
How old were you when you made your way to UK?
I was 19, so it took some years before I moved on there.
Yeah.
But there you needed to be 18 to race, and of course it was a budget thing also to get the chance to race over there.
Did you have a ride very young, or is this something that you and your family self-funded?
For me, I got my first sponsor at the age of 10, which was the biggest sausage company in Sweden. And I ended up going there with a check for $30 and 2 boxes with tryouts.
So samples. You had to give out sausage samples. So you were dedicated to the craft.
But at the age of 10, that gave me self-confidence to continue to find sponsorship and so on. And then.
So how did you at age 10 get a sponsorship?
I'm gonna tell you, it was my dad. It sounds like it's the Jurassic Park age, but
yeah.
At that time, just the 4-color copy machines came.
Yeah.
And we took a picture of me with my go-kart, and I sent this to the different companies, and got to meet them. And when a guy at 10 years old come and meet a managing director, of course they want to help.
A 10-year-old that wants to race go-karts.
Yeah.
See, I needed to start drinking when you were drinking at 10 years old. Okay, so you're in the UK. What happens once you get to the UK?
It was really good, actually. I won the European Formula 4 Championship. Unfortunately, I didn't win the British Championship.
This was the late 90s,
back in 2000 it was.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was this famous Formula Ford festival.
Which I've been to.
You've been to, yeah?
Actually, you know what? I lived in the UK when you were racing in the UK. I may have seen you.
You see. So, there was one American I raced with, Danica Patrick. She raced at the same time.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Different teams, but we raced at the same time.
Okay. So then what'd you move up to after that?
Formula Renaults, and I did some testing in Formula 3. But there I didn't have the money to continue, which was a shame because I really wanted to continue in single seaters. So then I decided, it was a really hard decision for me at that time to move back to Sweden 14 years ago. It was one of my best decisions to move back to Sweden, start to race touring cars, and since I got back to Sweden, I started to earn money to do racing.
So you got a ride when you moved back to Sweden?
Yeah, I got a deal with one of the factory teams. So
which one?
BMW.
So you've had like the magical life. So you're at this point when you're 20 now, and you get a ride with BMW?
Yeah, so it was a nice time, and I won the championship in my second year back home in Sweden.
Wow.
So and then I raced this championship now since 2003 till now, and won it 5 times. So it's been a good.
Congrats, man! That's an awesome story.
Yeah.
Now, what BMWs was that? The M6 and as a Z4?
No. When I raced the touring cars back home in Sweden, it was with the 320i and the 320 SI.
Okay.
But at the same time, I raced with the factory team, the German factory team, for the 24-hour races at Nürburgring, and there I raced this Z4 and M6.
So how old were you when you got into those cars?
Then I was a bit. I think my first race in the Z4 was 2006.
So you were an old man at that point.
Yeah, then I was 28.
28, yeah.
Yeah.
And when did you get over to Volvo and start racing at Polestars?
It was last year, 2016.
Oh, so this is relatively new for you.
Yeah, it's new. So I've been the main competitor to Volvo and Polestar for many years back home in Sweden in the Touring Car Championship.
So they finally said, we got to stop competing with this guy and we got to bring this guy over here.
Exactly. So, and then I won the championship first year I raced with Volvo and Polestar. So.
Oh, was that? So which car was that? Was that the C30 or was that the
last
year version of this?
Yeah, an S60.
Yeah. And that one was a front wheel drive or a rear wheel drive car?
No, it's one make chassis and engine in Sweden, so it's a rear wheel drive.
That's the V6.
Yeah.
Cool. I gotta say something. As we're talking here, you're going 35 miles an hour.
Yeah. Should we speed up?
I think we should speed up. Yeah. Show why this guy has been winning so many races. Let's do it. This wasn't a good idea. I guess you get what you ask for in this life. Santa Maria, Madre de Dios. Now, of course, people are going to go look back at my lap on this track, and I didn't go nearly as fast.
Well, we can look like it's been you've been driving.
Oh, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use your outdoor footage. Ay caramba. So he went from 97 miles an hour, now 54, in a front-wheel drive biased car going around a declining radius turn. That is awesome.
It's four-wheel drive.
Well, it is four-wheel because it's 50% of the tank.
Yeah, okay.
Ay. And this is how you feed your kids.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's good, isn't it?
It's a great way to feed your kids.
I think it's more people would like to feed their kids like this.
Yeah, I've been trying. Yeah. So what do you like to do in your spare time, being that you get to race cars?
I love jet skis.
Oh, that's awesome.
The stand-up ones.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of mountain biking.
Yeah.
And then we do a lot of cross-country skiing in winter time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's good. It's really nice to get out in the forest and get some time for yourself.
That's awesome.
Now you need to hold yourself.
Okay, so what? Oh, hey now. I just want to point out, look at how relaxed Richard is as we are screaming around the declining radius turn in a station wagon.
Maybe that I studied in university, so electrical engineering.
I guess when you get out of this deadbeat career, then you'll actually go be an engineer, right? This is awesome. Well, Richard, thank you for taking me around the track here and making me look like a complete and utter boob going around the track myself in the same car. Is there any question you want to leave for the audience? I have a little tradition where I like the guests to leave a question for the audience as you scream around this turn at 68 miles an hour.
Maybe if they think you look scared when you're passing here to me or not.
Scared. Okay, that's a legitimate question. Do I look scared? Probably the better question is, do I look green? And am I going to lose my turkey sandwich lunch going around with you here? Let me know in the comments below or via our social media, MotoManTV all one word, MotoManTV all one word, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And with that, I want to leave you with two things. Make sure you download our fancy updated application. And a fun fact here, Richard is a bit of a health food freak, as we discussed last night when I introduced him to Mexican Coke. So until I see you next time, bis später.